In 1971, then US President Richard Nixon declared a war on drugs.
In order to fight and defeat this enemy, it is necessary to wage a new all-out offensive.
40 years later, it's a war we're still losing. That's the conclusion of the Global Commission on Drug Policy, a panel that includes a former UN Secretary-General and former Latin American heads of state. Among the report's findings, in the span of 10 years, the use of cocaine, opiates and marijuana is up. The war on drugs has created a huge criminal black market, and the Commission says repressive policies must stop. They're simply not working.
If you can't control drug use in a maximum security prison.
Instead, it recommends governments at least start talking about legalising some drugs and start treating drug users as patients, not criminals. The drug trail often begins many kilometres away from its eventual use, in laboratories like this one, which Al Jazeera English uncovered deep in the Colombian jungle, a country which produces up to 80% of the world's cocaine. In Mexico, the drug trade is a deadly business. The body count from President Calderón's war against drug cartels continues to climb at an alarming rate, more than 34,000 killed in just 4 years. And American jails are overflowing with people convicted of drug-related crimes, and demand is showing no signs of slowing down. Over the past 40 years, the United States has spent $1 trillion fighting the war on drugs, and it's the world's biggest consumer of drugs. And yet, historically, US governments have been very resistant to changing their strict zero-tolerance policies and attitudes.
And when you're caught, you will be punished.
For most American politicians, approving the legalisation of any drug could be political suicide, even though some states have approved marijuana use for medical purposes in recent years. British businessman Richard Branson hasn't lost hope for more widespread reform.
It may not happen in every country today, but it will happen. And we just need brave politicians to get on and do what's right for their people.
US government officials were unwilling to go on camera about the report, but it seems to have struck a nerve. A spokesman from the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy told Al Jazeera the Commission's report grossly mischaracterises the administration's approach. But everyone agrees on one thing. International cooperation is needed to address the drugs trade, which touches virtually every corner of the globe. Kath Turner, Al Jazeera, New York.